Hey guys, here we are at the cabin. I'm Andrew.
And I'm Ashley.
And we're here, Northern Arizona, at our new future homestead.
Yep, so if you guys have been following along, you know that back in July we just bought 40 acres up in Northern Arizona, and we've been using the last 7 to 8 months to kind of prepare to move out here full-time, and we're officially here full-time. This is our home. We are still doing a lot of work. We bought it and it was kind of just built with just the studs and the foundation and some of the siding, but there's a lot more work to do. There's a lot of things we want to change, but we wanted to just give you guys an update on what we've done, what we got going on, and how we're currently living off grid. So if you want to follow me, I'll show you our cabin. We really fell in love with this property for this beautiful view. I'm not sure how you guys really can perceive this through video, but being here is incredible. You could see out in the distance the Flagstaff Mountains with all the snow on it. It's very peaceful. So this is kind of what we use as our front door. Technically it's supposed to be like a back door, but we've got some really cool horseshoes up on the wall and some antlers from my grandfather. Give it a little homey touch. As mentioned, it's pretty much just the framework. There's no installation or anything. So we've got a lot of work to do, but we want to add bigger windows, maybe make a bigger sliding glass door, maybe even extend it. So we don't want to put a lot of work in putting up insulation and drywall just yet. So we're making it livable for now. Obviously, we don't have a floor yet. We're just living on this plywood. We're planning on getting carpet really soon, just to lay down, give us a little bit more cushion so we're not walking on this and we can walk around barefoot. But if you've seen our other videos, you would have noticed that the owner left this massive couch that pretty much took up this whole back corner, and then all of these bunk beds, just really big bulky furniture that took up a lot of space and made this cabin feel really small. We've taken a lot of that out. We've taken the couch out, the bunk beds out, and we've made it our own. So over here we made our little mini closet with our dressers and our rack. We're still kind of living out of suitcases, but we're making it work. And then we have our bed over here, which we strategically placed over here because we did buy a vintage potbelly wood burning stove, which will go in that back corner. So it'll keep us warm while we're sleeping. On this rack here, this is where I'm gonna start all my garden seedlings. Keep them indoors. It is still getting pretty cold at night and I don't want them to get frost and not grow, so I'll be setting this up probably next week. And then we have our little mini kitchen. So we obviously don't have a sink or a functioning stove or oven yet, but I am utilizing all of this cabinet space, put up all of our stuff away. This table had a leaf in it and it was actually facing the other direction, which took a lot of space. So we took off the leaf and we switched it around, making it more like an island, which opens up this floor a lot. And then we have our little bathroom, which for now we have a composting toilet, a little mirror up, our little towel rack, and we're utilizing this cabinet space for our toiletries and stuff. Again, we're just making this work for us, for temporary. We want to do a lot of work to this cabin, so we don't want to actually work with what we've been left. So this is what we've done so far. Next week, we're planning on putting carpet in. Like I said, we're gonna put some solar lights up above. And then we'll be working on bringing in that potbelly stove to keep us warm at night and just take off the little freeze that happens here in this cabin at night. As mentioned, I don't have a functioning stove or oven, so a lot of my cooking is done downstairs on the barbecue, which I've actually really been loving. I make everything from breakfast, lunch, and dinner on there. It's been great. It's nice to be outside. It's nice to cook on the barbecue. The only thing is I'm up and down these stairs constantly. I have a little bucket that I fill up with all of my stuff from our cooler that we use to keep our food cold right now, and then our dry goods and any utensils and stuff I need, and then I take that downstairs and then I prepare dinner downstairs. I also wash all my dishes downstairs, and we set up a mini shower, so let me show you that. So at the top of the stairs, you'll notice we've got a shower bag, and Andrew made that little wooden box for it to help keep it upright. And that's our water source for our shower. And underneath the steps, we set up a little shower tent so that we can keep warm. In the summertime, you don't necessarily need the tent and there's no one around, so you can shower. But here in the wintertime, it's actually pretty cold. So we've laid down some flagstone that we found on the property as a floor. And then we have our little nozzle that peeks through. And this is where we shower right now. The water is cold, and sometimes it is a bit of a cold plunge, but it actually feels nice and refreshing, and we've learned to appreciate it. Then over here underneath the cabin, which is still very much a work in progress. We still need to organize and unbox things, but this is where I do pretty much all of my cooking on this barbecue. It's been great. I have some really nice cast iron frying pans that I use. One is actually in there, needs to be cleaned from dinner, but I do every bit of cooking here, which is really nice. And we usually have our meals at this table. And then over here in this corner is where I do all of my dishwashing, which is kind of crazy. When it's super cold, my hands do freeze, so I just got some dishwashing gloves that I can wear. But this is my water source that I use. We've got a nice little spigot on it, so I just turn it on and I've got nice water. I have a bucket in here that I fill up with water, and as our dirty dishes come out, I just put them in there so they can soak in water. It makes it a lot easier to clean. And then I set them on this table and drying rack, and this is the other part of my off-grid kitchen right now. We make it work, and it's kind of enjoyable just doing everything outside. So yeah, that's how I get things done.
Yeah, we do have obviously some IBC totes right here, but they're dirty and they need to be cleaned. That's going to be one of the first projects we jump on. But we wanted to get situated in here, organize our stuff, you know, unpack and all of that before we start jumping onto projects. So yeah.
One of the first projects that we had to get done was organizing our container. Again, if you watched our other videos, you would have seen us call out that the previous owner had a container, a 40-foot container here, and it came with the property. So as we were moving throughout the last few months, we just kind of threw everything in there, as well as the cabin, like house stuff went into the cabin, and then tools and other things went into the container. But the container is going to be our workspace where we are able to build and use all of Andrew's tools. So that was the majority of the things in there, and we needed to get it cleaned and organized and make it functional. Also, the back end of it is being used as storage, so all of our like Christmas and Halloween decorations, our house decor things, clothes that we will probably not be wearing here and won't be wearing for a while, are all in that container. So we had the container organized and cleaned first, and then we moved to the cabin. So let's go. Okay, so you're probably wondering, how do we have any type of power? So we've been teaming up with Signature Solar, and we've been using all of their products to help us power our cabin and to get things done. We don't have our big solar array up yet, but we do have it. That will be one of the other projects that we get started on after water. But for right now, we've been using this 400-watt solar panel. It's portable and it's hooked up to a solar generator, which is upstairs, and we keep this going in the sun all day long, and then we move it around wherever we need it. So sometimes this is set up over at the container so we can run all of our tools. For the majority of it, it is here, and we have our Starlink hooked onto it right now, which we keep on all day. We actually just hooked this up. It's pretty cool. It looks completely different than any other internet service that I've ever gotten. It was super easy to install and hook up. It actually wasn't really any kind of installing. You just download the app, set it out, and help it, you know, get in sync with the satellites, and you're ready to go. So it's been a game changer for us for the last couple of days. But this is how we power everything. So every morning we get up and we plug in our solar generator, we plug in our other batteries, and we just let them charge all day long. Okay, so up here, as mentioned, we have our solar generator from Signature Solar. It's an Acre generator. This thing is our main power source right now. Hooks up to our 400-watt panel that's downstairs that I previously showed you. And that's how we power the cabin at night with the little bit of lights. That's how we keep our Starlink up and running all day. We have our little modem and everything out here. Again, we're bootstrapping, so things are not perfect and they're not always pretty, but they're functional and it gets the job done. So this is our mini refrigerator right now. This is another Signature Solar product from Acre. It is a cooler. It is probably one of my favorite things. I keep all of my stuff in here. We have one side set as a freezer. It's kind of empty right now as we've been here for about a week and I ran out of all of my produce, or I shouldn't say produce, all of my meat, but I have veggies and stuff in here frozen still. And then this side is our refrigerator. I keep all of our condiments, our eggs, our creamer, cheeses and stuff in here. It actually holds a lot of food. We left California on Wednesday. I had this thing nice and packed, and as you can see, I still got quite a bit of food left. And we've been here for an entire week. I've been able to make every meal, 3 meals a day, just with the food that we've been keeping here. So this has been a game changer for us. This is our only source of keeping our food cold. As I mentioned, we're not set up with our major solar panels yet. The only thing we're working off of is that solar generator, so we have to be limited with our energy that we use. So this is definitely a huge help. And this one is charged off of a 100 panel watt that is right here. So we have this one hooked up. Again, in the morning, we pull out our cooler, we hook it up to our panel, and we just let it charge all day. And this is how we keep all of our food cold.
So as Ashley was talking about, we pulled all of our stuff out of this container and then reorganized. Sucks, we had about, I don't know, 3 days of footage, and then the GoPro and the card messed up and we lost all of that footage. But I'll show you kind of what we got going right now so far. It's not completely organized, but you know, it's a start. So I have all my toolboxes. I got to go through and organize all my tools the way I like them. Workbench, I got my welders, MIG welder, TIG welder, drill press, bandsaw, and then this is pretty much storage, just more tools, storage. These are all the house decor things and just extra stuff we're just storing in here. But yeah, it's a lot better. We can actually walk in here, and you know, later on I'll be able to work in here. So it's nice. It's a lot better. We do have some stuff on the side because it's not just going to be just in the container. Again, I'm still going through stuff and organizing, but cabinet for storage, workbenches. The previous owner had a bunch of building materials here left behind. These were some old windows. Obviously they're all broken and busted up. We've got to figure out a way to dispose of that. But yeah, this is kind of just like junk, I guess. But it'll eventually get cleaned up, and this will be a working area. Over here, we've kind of created another little hangout spot underneath this tree. Put our fire pit. You've probably seen some of our other videos. We make coffee in the morning over here, and the Rocco's already over here. Just a nice little area to come and relax. We're gonna have multiple spots just like this where you can just come and hang out, you know. But slowly but surely, we're gonna build everything out and get more organized and more ready to just live here full time.
For those that have been following along, we really appreciate your support. If you're new to the channel, please like and subscribe and follow along on our homestead journey. We really appreciate everybody's love and support and comments. If you guys have any suggestions on what projects we should get done first or how to tackle things to make things a little bit easier in this off-grid life, we would really appreciate it. So drop your comments down below and we'll see you on the next one.
Bye.